know how this works. And we have a banner. All right. So this is a debate surrounding AI used in the movie Late Night with the Devil. For a movie that takes painstaking care to recreate the vibe and aesthetic of 1970s television, the firestorm engulfing the newly released indie horror film Late Night with the Devil is a thoroughly modern one. Co-written and directed by brothers Cameron and Colin Carnes, the film's description of a talk show taping gone supernaturally wrong has earned rave reviews after screening during last year's South by Southwest Film Festival, and I was at that screening, and I can tell you it was quite a movie and quite an experience. But since its wider debut this month, many viewers and critics have focused less on the film's practical effects and chilling narrative than its use of artificial intelligence generated images during key moments of the story. The Carnes confirmed that they had experimented with AI for 3 still images in a statement to Variety last week. The stills were edited further and ultimately appear in brief interstitials in the film. They said while lauding Late Night with the Devil's amazing graphics and production design team, the use of AI art has still been enough to sour audiences. Letterboxd user Base Gizmo complained that they can't enjoy the amazing performance and clever ending knowing that the film contained AI art. Variety said, crediting the review of having kickstarted the controversy. Yeah, I can hear you. I take issue with the phrase the use of AI art has still been enough to sour audiences. So one guy is an audience. This is the thing that bothers me about the internet, social media, is that someone could say something on the internet and it appears that everyone is saying that on the internet.
I enjoyed Late Night, except for the fact that Eve from Stellar Blade's ass was in it, and I was completely offended by that, and that completely took me out of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, you need some realism in a app that big. It's not real in your dreams.
It is an Asian ass, though, and you should be an expert on that.
Yeah, considering that our culture is not known for our asses.
That's true.
So let's talk about the many aspects of this one story here. I think it is laughable that part of me is I can't. This controversy just doesn't feel like a controversy to me. Especially
I think it's, well, first of all, the fact that they used it for a few stills, I think is pretty minor. I think just wait until AI is used for B-roll.
Mm-hmm.
And from an independent movie producer's perspective, you're just trying to get a few people walking around in Moscow or something like that. I would use AI in the drop of the hat rather than, paying for really expensive stock. So I mean, it's going to happen. That stuff is going to happen.
I mean, I think this points out the real controversy here, especially when it comes to Film Threat and our ever loyal devotion to independent filmmaking. But it is, is it wrong for the studios to do it, but for independent filmmakers to use AI? It's almost a necessity at times for indies to have to resort to basically cost cutting measures.
Well, part of the challenge too with film is that film has always been a technological product. People, go, oh, you're just threading a film through a camera and then you're shooting it. Technology has been deep in film production forever. Mm-hmm. And now it's gotten even more digital it's even got more technological with the changes to microphones and LED lights and the different cameras that you can use. I mean, this camera here, I could shoot a movie with it. Mm-hmm. If I knew what I was doing, and I do know what I'm doing, I could actually shoot something with this. But you have to have some expertise in terms of how to light it and what your backgrounds are and everything else. You do need skills to do it. So the idea that you wouldn't somehow incorporate AI would be against the ethos of everybody who is really jonesed on technology. It's a nerd culture. Movie making is a nerd culture.
Yeah, it is that guerrilla filmmaking that indie filmmakers are known for.
Yeah,
and it's indie filmmakers have always been hacking and cheating the system.
Yep.
And AI seems to be part of that. But I think let's play devil's advocate now and say and talk about the fact that you're taking someone's job. Someone's not getting hired to do this. And I think that is the biggest fear, is that artists are now being replaced.
So that, I think, is a legitimate complaint. Here's another area which I think is probably not problematic, as long as you got the approval of the actor and you probably pay them. Is, let's say you're doing some looping and you use AI to duplicate their voice just to get 3 words in, so they don't have to fly in from Africa. You think they're going to say no, fuck you? I mean, but you've got to be open about it, transparent. You even pay the actor for not coming in, but you're still using AI as a convenience. What's wrong with that?
Right. Yeah. It's one of those where you give an inch and you get a mile. Oh, well, we did 3 words. Why not a whole monologue?
True. Yes. No, that's a good devil's advocate point. Replacing actors, I don't know. I mean, there's just things that I would never do. I don't even like the idea of reproducing Bogart for a movie. People are going to be doing that. We're going to get old actors that will be scanned in, and they'll be able to, we'll be able to redo old movies.
Well, there's that ever elusive James Dean movie that we're
right.
And I don't know. It ultimately it comes down to I think right now I think audiences are so sophisticated that we know when AI is being thrown at us. And I feel like, even telling us ahead of time, saying that this is the James Dean movie, and just knowing that it's not a James Dean movie.
Well, the bigger problem is that it's still copying, and we don't need more copying. Like, we just don't. We don't need more sequels. We need brand new IPs. We need more comedies, just regular, straight up comedies. And AI is not going to help you with that stuff. It's going to help. AI will help you with sequels and copying. That's what AI does. So, stop trying to copy shit, make up new shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the times I have played around with AI, the sense I got was it basically replicates. I think Script Doctor called it artificial simulation. It takes what's been done and makes something out of that, as opposed to evolving or elevating the art form in any way.
Well, here's an example. I'm going to be using it soon in a video. I came up with a routine about the fact that Gen Zs and Gen Alphas no longer have any references that are relevant to me. So I'm doing a fake stand-up routine, and with lines like, how about those dial-up phones, eh? And I needed a picture of a Gen Z audience grimacing. And I went to my AI app and I said, Gen Z audience comedy club scowling, and I got it. And there's just no way, unless I hired a crap ton of people to go into a small comedy club and sit there grimacing, I would never have gotten it. It's not absolutely perfect, but I actually like the fact that it's not perfect, because it's obviously AI generated. That's actually part of the joke, right? So every time I do one of these lines, I'm going to cut to, and one of the jokes is, back in the 70s, let's go back to the 70s, my life in the 70s. Oh, that's really good shit, man. Oh, man, that's really, really good shit. Now, my life now. Oh, that was a good shit. Oh, that was a really good shit. So I kind of screwed it set up, but you got the joke. And then I'm
I'm
trying to make the jokes funny, but then I cut to the audience who has no, what is he talking about? So I think that's a funny routine. I couldn't have filmed it unless I generated an audience of Gen Zs not laughing. And I got it from what do you think? Do you think that was objectionable?
No, again, this is the debate we're having is, for an indie production that has zero money, and I'm pretty sure you're not willing to spend a lot of money on these little skits. You kind of have to, there's a tool available that lets you get what you want at a price you can afford.
Terminator shot illegal footage without permits in LA.
Yeah.
On purpose.
What about what was it? There was that movie, that horror film that was shot at Disneyland and Epcot.
Yes.
They didn't have to recreate Disneyland. They just went in and did it.
But that's different from not getting permits. They wouldn't even have gotten permission.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the other thing is, indie movies aren't going to make millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars. And I think that's the reason why it's so objectionable when Hollywood does it, is because they stand to make millions off of doing this stuff. And you could easily hire someone to do that art. So why not do it?
And I think Hollywood's application of AI is going to be way more egregious and over the top, actually, than the independents. The independents, these are small movies that are generally effects. They don't have a lot of effects, and they're mostly talky films, right? They don't need a lot of stuff. And so the kinds of things that they might use is, like I said, they might take B-roll footage of an Idaho potato field, but with dancing bears.
Yeah.
If I asked the AI app, OpenAI, to do it, it would do it.
Yeah, I it's kind of like the difference is that when the indies do it, it's out of desperation. When the Hollywood does it, it's out of greed and vindictiveness.
Yeah. You're right. Absolutely right.
Fast.